Hey, good evening, everybody. I am going to talk about something I've been meaning to talk about for a really long time. This is for my newbies out there and y'all who are thinking about getting into truck driving. I know this is going to sound crazy, and this is going to let you know how goofy I really am, show you a little bit of my personality. I've been called quirky before, but so here you go. When I first started driving a truck, this is how I viewed things. Okay, so as you probably already know if you've watched my videos, when I first started driving, doggone it, I'm using my other phone as my notepad, and it keeps turning off if I leave it too long. I guess I need to change my settings. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here. I apologize. So if you watched any of my videos before, you probably already know I started out pulling a reefer, and for a little while I did drive in, so a lot of drop and hook. So that meant when I got there, it had a seal on it. I can't touch. I don't know what I'm hauling exactly. Some of the stuff, even on the bill of lading, it doesn't give you exactly what you're hauling. It gives you like the commodity, but no details. Like you don't even really know what's in there. So you're picking up this loaded trailer. It's already locked up. You can't see inside. So you have no idea if you're top heavy. You don't know how they've loaded you, if they've distributed it properly. You don't know if they've braced it. You don't know if there's load locks in that thing. So this was one of my little philosophies when I started driving. It was, I guess I'll call it the egg on the spoon philosophy. You need to drive your truck, I always imagined, you need to drive your truck like there is a spoon sitting on the hood with an egg in it. Remember playing that game as a kid where you'd run with a spoon in the egg and try not to drop it or it will break? Well, I pictured a spoon with an egg in it, so you can't let that egg roll off the spoon. So that means you can't slam on your brakes, you can't take a curve too fast, and you can't take off too fast, which is kind of hard to do in a truck. But if you're not careful on the clutch, you can jerk around quite a bit. I wanted to be as smooth as possible, slow and steady, like the turtle wins the race, right? So if you pick up a loaded trailer and you are top heavy, if you keep that in mind, always slow down for curves. Doesn't matter who you make mad, let them give you the number one salute, and just wave at them as they roll by. Then you will always be safe. Always drive like your preloaded trailer is top heavy, and you will be fine. I've heard stories about a guy picked up a trailer full of tires, okay? And they were just loose, stacked in stacks from front to back, nothing bracing them, and he goes around a ramp to get on the highway, and the load shifts and he rolls his trailer over, which, wow, talking about a bad day. Oh, how was he supposed to know? It was a preloaded trailer. He didn't even know how they were loaded or anything. So always keep that in mind. Which leads me to my other number 2, better safe than sorry. This still to this day is my number 1 thing I go by. Better safe than sorry in everything, okay? Everything. And number 3, it's kind of frustrating being the slow guy on the highway, especially in a governed truck. As a company driver, when I first started driving, I was governed at 61 miles an hour, teaming coast to coast. Can you imagine that? How frustrating that was? So to help me deal with the frustration in traffic, I come up with another one of my little philosophies. I would kind of picture myself as the whale, like in the ocean. You picture the interstate is the ocean. I'm the whale surrounded by these fast little barracudas, nasty little things that are just really fast and just all over the place, in and out and all around you, and try to stay out of their way or else they're gonna get you. And just go with the flow, take it easy, You're the big whale, you can't move that fast to begin with, so you just let those little barracuda do their thing and go on about their day, and don't let them get to you. You're the king of the ocean anyway, right? So just kick back and enjoy the ride, I guess. Next one would be, I learned this one really quick because I was kind of pushed around right out of the gate. I don't know if it's because I was new or because I was a woman, maybe both. I don't know. I was pushed around right out of the gate, and I was on paper logs, and I was told to hurry, 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 hurry. You need to get it there today. And I kept saying, I'm going to run out of hours. I'm not going to make it today. And they're like, you got to get that there today. Just do your best. And I kept telling them, I'm not going to get there today. And they just, without specifically telling me, we don't care that you're out of hours, you're going to deliver this even if you go over your hours. They didn't say that, but they made it very clear that's what they meant by continuing to tell me to keep running, even though I kept telling them I was almost out of hours, and they every time kept saying, keep running, don't stop. So I did it one time. Right, like I said, right out of the gate, they did that to me. I let them do it. It was my fault. I was already stressed out. I'm a newbie, fresh off the trainer's truck, all by myself. And I let them push me, which I normally don't let people do. And it only took that one time. And I said, absolutely not. This is not going to happen to me ever again. It stressed me out. It was a total waste of my time. They didn't care. They just clocked out and went home at the end of the day and left me stressing over it. And when I got there, it was Walmart. Walmart said, you're an hour and a half late. There ain't nobody here to unload you right now. You're going to have to wait till the next shift. Well, when is that? Well, come back in 3 hours. He said, actually, you can't come back. You got to get your dispatcher to call and reschedule you. You can't come back in here till your dispatcher reschedules you. Like I said, lesson learned, never happen again. You are the captain of your ship. You make the calls. You're the one driving that truck. People in the office can't make you do anything. They don't have a gun to your head. Remember what I said also, better safe than sorry. Yeah. Another thing that I dealt with when I first started, I was quite a few years younger. I've been driving about 9.5 years. I put on quite a bit of weight. I was quite a few pounds thinner, about 20 pounds thinner, and almost 10 years younger, and I got a lot of attention I did not like. So I just wanted to be invisible out here. This was a job for me. That's all it was. I just wanted to blend in, be invisible, do my job, make my money, and go home. So I cut my hair off. I wore baggy clothes, a big jacket a lot of the time. Sometimes I'd even wear a hat. I'm not a hat girl. I don't look good in a hat, but I would wear a hat because I don't care that I look ugly. Don't look at me. That was the way I felt when I started driving a truck. I was very uncomfortable with attention. I did not want it. Well, you know what? That stressed me out too. I don't like stress. So after a while, I'm like, you know what? I know there's not very many women in this industry. I'm going to get attention no matter what I look like, just because of the fact that I'm a woman. So why try to hide it? I can't really hide it. I was getting people, I heard a really disturbing conversation on the radio one day when I had on my big baggy jacket, and I thought I was being invisible. Obviously not. So that really woke me up, and like, well, I'm not hiding from anybody. Who am I fooling? The only person I'm fooling is myself. So I'm just going to be me. I'm going to dress the way I want to dress from now on. If I want to wear makeup or fix my hair, I will. If I don't, I won't. I don't care. I'm just going to be me and be comfortable with what I'm doing and who I am. And if other people have a problem with it, then that's their problem. So that's for you ladies out here getting into the industry. Don't try to be a man. Don't worry about what other people think. All you're going to do is stress yourself out, and they're going to look at you anyway because you're a minority in the trucking industry as a woman. That's just how it is. So know that going in, and just be confident and be yourself. You'll be a lot happier. I wish somebody would have told me that when I started. Um, this one too, this was, at first I wasn't real sure how I felt. I was kind of nervous about being labeled as a job hopper when I first started. I did not want to jeopardize my chances of getting a job. And everybody kept saying, oh, you don't want to be labeled a job hopper, and but actually I ended up being labeled as a job hopper because I couldn't find a job that I loved. And I'm not going to stay at a job where I'm not happy, because to me happiness is everything. Besides being married to a person, the other relationship in your life that's going to take up most of your time besides that marriage is your job. So it's like you're married to your job. Would you stay in a marriage where you're miserable? I say not. Most people are not going to do that. You're spending most of your life waking hours at your job. Why would you be married to a job that makes you miserable? So basically most of your life you're going to be miserable. What kind of life is that? I'm sorry, that's not my life. That's not the life I'm going to live. So I did get labeled as a job hopper, and I was told repeatedly, you've had too many jobs. Well, I haven't found one that was right for me. It sounded good. They told me all the things I wanted to hear, but it just didn't fit, or else something wasn't quite right. Well, I was told by this one guy, after so many jobs, we have to start looking at the individual and realize there's probably a problem with the individual, not the jobs. Well, hello. Before I started driving a truck, I had a job for 10 years. A job that I enjoyed. If I found the right job, I would stay. I've been with Jones for 3.5 years. And before Jones, the longest I'd stayed at a job before that was about a year. I think I was at Covenant for about 2 years, but that was only because I started out teaming as a company driver and I switched over into the lease program. If it wasn't for me going into the lease program for almost a year, I would not have been there that extra year. That's the only reason I was there that long. But that's a totally different story. I won't even get into the Covenant thing. I might do another video on some of my past jobs, but so that's some of the things that I used to think about when I first started driving. And I know it's kind of goofy, and I've probably got others that I'm not really thinking about right now, but you just got to change the way you think about things. You got to let things kind of roll off your back too. Don't take things personally. Don't ever let anybody push you around because you're afraid of losing your job. You stand up for yourself. You do what you know is right. Keep safety first. Keep your integrity. Keep your head held high, and you'll be fine. I really love this job. I still do. It has changed a lot for me in the past year. I'm no longer over the road all over the country living in my truck like I used to be. I'm now living in a house, which I love, and I do go out west occasionally, but I'm always trying to hurry up and get back home now. So I don't spend my time sightseeing like I used to. I spend all my time trying to get back home so I can go do stuff while I'm at home. And that is one of the reasons why I have not done very many videos lately. The other reason is I have started hauling a different type of commodity, and I've hooked up with an agent. Yay! It's like so awesome. I've been trying to hook up with an agent that could keep me busy forever. I finally found one, and he is just awesome. And I do a lot of military freight with him. So that's what I'm hauling now, is military freight. So I haven't done a lot of videos. One of the reasons, well, there's many reasons why, but that's one of the reasons why, is because I've been hauling a lot of military. You're not really supposed to talk details about military. I know your guys are going to ask me, where did you pick it up? Where did you deliver? I've had a lot of people ask how much money I make. I'm not going to talk about any of that stuff. I can't tell you all the details because it's just the nature of this business. But I can show you what I'm hauling, so I'm going to try to start doing that, and I'm going to try to start shooting more videos. I know I sound like a broken record every time I say that, but I really want to. I just got to get my head back in the game. It's been a lot of other things lately, but there's a little bit for you guys to think about that are getting into the industry. And I have another video I'm going to do next um, about some of the things that have changed since I started driving a truck. So stay tuned for that one. Not sure when I'm going to post it, but it's a work in progress. Hey, thanks you guys for tuning in. Thank you to all you guys who sound like a Yankee, don't I? Sorry, I used to date one. Haha. Thank you so much to everybody who has sent me private messages, checking in on me, wanting to know if everything was okay. Um, Thank you for the guys that sent me messages on Father's Day. Thanks for the support. I really appreciate it. Um, and as always, I think you guys are awesome. You truck drivers out there, y'all are some really awesome people. You do a really great job in a hard industry. Government's making it harder every day. I love you all. Stay safe out there. Keep your head held high. And say hey to me if you see me. I am shy introvert, so don't call me out in the middle of a crowded restaurant, please. But please walk over and say hey. I would love to say hey to you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.